Chad and Dalton from Coyote Classics here in Green, Iowa, and today we're going to check out and test drive a 1968 Mustang Fastback. Chad's going to hop in there, turn this little pony on, but a beautiful car, kind of a survivor on the inside, factory red on red, and one of my favorite years of the Mustang Fastback. Nice little exhaust rumble, Cragar SS wheels. Really
90,000 original miles.
Very neat.
2-barrel. I think it's a stock 2-barrel still on this thing, Dalt.
And well kept for those 90,000 miles. When we get to the interior, you'll get a chance to see that, just how nice that original interior is. But under the hood's beautiful too.
It's a clean car. Just a very nice 90,000 mile car all the way around.
289.
Tons of fender stamps. I mean, this thing's been, sometimes it's hard to find them. This one's stamped from the factory twice, and on the hidden ones over there as well. So really solid car. Bottom of the paint, bottom of the hood paint is really nice. You can tell there on the top of the firewall, the bottom of the firewall. It's been repainted once in its life, but it's original candy apple red with red bench seat interior.
That's what I really thought was unique, was that bench seat interior. You hardly see that in the Mustang.
It does have the very low option car, but it does have the factory deluxe hood, which is kind of nice. Bumpers are in good shape.
Looks like they might have been re-chromed at one point in its life. Hard to say, but they got a nice little shine to them.
I'm sure they have. I think they replaced most of the trim. Even the horse and corral looks like that was replaced during the restoration. I bought this car initially out of Kansas, Dalton. I think it was like a 2 or 3 owner car back then, and just a nice low mileage original survivor car with a 1 repaint.
Beautiful.
We went ahead and put the Cragar SS's on there, put some good tires on it as well, some BFG raised white letters. We're rolling some 205 60-15s on the front. I think the paint job's probably 20 to 30 years old, according to what the previous owner said, and look at the condition of it. It's in great shape. As we go here from the top, from the front of the hood all the way back, the top of the fender lines up beautifully, and look at the back of the hood, to the back of the cowl there. You just don't get them to fit that way very often, and over on the driver's side's the same way.
Really pretty car.
Top of the fender, top of the door lines up good, our body line's good, really nice gap all the way across. They did leave the original 289 emblems on the front fender. You can see just a little bit of fade there. Bottom corner of the door lines up perfect. So if you're looking for a fastback and you're kind of fussy on the alignment, so far at the front, I mean, you can't beat it. Look at that.
That's nice.
No bubbles or blisters anywhere around the rear quarter. Nice solid car. If you look how
very
nice,
straight.
Yeah, it's
and
beautiful.
The paint, you could shave in this paint.
It's very
for
nice.
being an older paint job, it's beautiful.
Yeah, we do have 2 tiny little rock chips right here. See that? Very small. As we open the door, and we can do that with ease, the corner of the door is 100% rust-free here as well. Never had any body filler in there. With our Mustangs, you have your painted inside of the door. That's nice. Door panel's good. And I think a lot of the interior is really original.
Yeah, you can just tell the little fading in the stitching in the top of the seats, but no rips or tears.
Nope, it's definitely the original. Even the carpet's still original. Look at that. You see just a little fluff to it. You can see, even though we shampoo them and stuff, you still have some stains. It's original. Back lights work, headliners in good shape all the way around. That appears to be original as well. Door panels in the back are good. But when they did it, what a nice paint job they put on it. I mean, it's still shiny here in the jams. You see that? Really nice jam paint. Dash pad looks good. Something if you want to spend about $100 and really clean this car up, you could go ahead and get this molding all the way across and the bezels. That would really clean this car up, but it's original.
Yeah, it's very presentable for original too.
Yep. We're gonna go back here to the gaps on the back. So many of them in the trunk lids just are crap. This one's awesome all the way around as well. Lines up nice here as far as the chrome goes. Chrome's been replaced. You can kind of tell that. This chrome here has just been polished, so you can see just a few tiny little pits there. that's still original. So it kind of tells you about the way this car was kept.
For like you said earlier, for a Mustang, this thing just lines up damn near perfect. You can tell it's not a car
it's a 2, 3, 4 owner. You know what I mean? It's a low ownership car. It's not hasn't been beat by a kid and passed around here and there. I mean, it's a good car. It does have a paint chip right here, very small, but it's there over the wheel well. Molding, all that stuff is really nice. No bubbles, blisters. As far as our door, again, opens and closes good. Really fits good down here. It sticks up just a little bit if you get at that angle, just very minutely. But we want to point that out. The other side fits perfect. Inside right here, fender to door lines up perfect all the way up. Back of the hood, top of the fender. Good old American sheet metal.
Yes, sir. They don't make them like this no more.
As far as when they repainted it, it kind of looks like they put new felts in. Really nice felts and rubbers here. Mirror's nice and tight. Here's your corner of the door here as well, rust free, and still has this factory stamping. So, driver's side seat, you can see, is discolored on the top, no rips, tears. Same thing as you come in and out. I mean, it just tells you about the ownership history. You know, wasn't beat down, broke down. Whoever got in and out of this car the last 90,000 miles, this was their pride and joy. You know, they took care of it.
And that's important.
All the way down in here too, that candy apple red paint. The inside of that corner of that door is mint. Can you get that?
Try to, mate.
Let me help you. Right there. You can also see that even though this was a candy apple red car, it's candy apple red now. You can see no one has ever decided, hey, I want to paint it yellow or anything like that years ago. Yeah. It's always been red. So
here's the only imperfection I've seen in that headliner so far. Really, just that little tiny. It's not even really a hole. It's just kind of like the you can see
visor, the
below the fabric
a little bit, yeah. So as we turn the key on, our gas gauge works perfectly. 90,406 miles. I mean, that's as easy how it starts. An old 289, 302, whatever we got in there, 2-barrel, okay? Original steering wheel. A lot of people change them out. A lot of people don't like them. They put a wood grain on it, but it's 100% original with one crack in it.
Here's why I like the bench seats in these Mustangs, is that nice little fold down armrest, which you don't get in a lot of these cars because you just see the buckets.
How about the heater fan? All 3 speeds works perfect. If this works, that'd be a freaking miracle. Doesn't sound like she's going to. Yo, girl.
Got some artifacts in there.
We'll let it run. Hey, what do we have? Just throw my finger in there. Original owner's manual. Some other little crap. Oil pressures on the medium to high side. Temperature gauge in here. We'll find out if that works. There's your wipers. Turn signals in the hood. Both work, both sides. And the turn signal indicators on the dash both work as well. Alternator gauge works. We'll get to the temperature gauge in a little bit, Dalton. Our light works perfectly here in the indicator. Dash pad's in great shape. Like I said, if a guy wants to change this, that would really enhance the car. And you can get the whole kit for under $100.
That's what's nice about these Mustangs is parts are very readily available. Hell, there's a whole website designed for Mustang parts. You can pretty much build one out of a magazine if you wanted to.
Yeah, you definitely could. But with a Mustang, you guys, you always want to look underneath. You want to look at the frame rails and the floor pans and the trunk extensions, because most of these cars were just little grocery getter pony cars. You know, they were used, abused, they weren't protected, so they were rusty.
Yep.
You know, so you really want to make sure when you buy a Mustang, you get one with good frame rails, because you know your frame rails and your floors are your whole support.
Absolutely.
When I pulled up here, we do not have any power options on here, but the brakes are right up at the top. They stop great. It steers nice and easy with this big wheel. Should we roll our window up?
Yeah, keep that wind out of here.
It goes up really nice too. Yours squeaks a little or what?
She's a little squeaky.
Your window's just a little bit dry. Mine went up and down very nice. It kind of tells you how many times you've had a passenger in that seat, huh?
Yeah.
Man, this thing's so quiet as far as the idle's nice. Gas gauge works perfectly. Nice shift. Really nice shift. There's shift into third. Dalton, we're going 70 mile an hour. The speedometer seems like it works perfectly.
Kick down, back up to third.
80 mile an hour.
We're gonna pass this Lincoln.
Well, we're not gonna pass him. We're gonna just come up to him. We're gonna check our brakes out. So we just have regular brakes, and we got a ton of pedal.
Yeah.
Not worried about no four-wheel power. You don't need it on this. And the same thing with the steering, guys. There's one finger right now going down the road. Does not have power steering, but you know, most of them didn't. Most of the little Mustangs didn't, and you can steer, you know, you can really feel the road with them.
Yeah, they hold tight.
You want to pass the Lincoln or not? Let's downshift. See what we got. Again, not a powerhouse, but second gear, 75 mile an hour, 80, up to third. Now we're at 90. We're going to go ahead.
Try not to
get back
hit
in our
crow.
lane.
Thing is a beautiful car.
And this is
Goes
how
on
it's
the road awesome.
yeah, it's how it's driving right now at 85 mile an hour. A little bit of vibration in the steering wheel, but it's not bad at all.
No.
I mean, it's freaking awesome. For a Mustang, no rear end howl, nothing like that.
Nice car. I love these 67 and 8 Mustang Fastbacks. I don't think this thing is going to stick around very long. So check it out on the website, coyoteclassics.com. Link is down in the comments of this video. Don't forget to subscribe.